When approached with the question of if I wanted to paint a farm tank to look like a giant watermelon, my answer was obviously, yeah, why wouldn't I? This will be a behind-the-scenes look into me doing exactly that. Day one started with my dear mother, hi mom, helping me paint the base coats of the two main colors on this bad boy. And look at that, we're already on day two. This took it did take 6 days after work mostly to complete, and I think I clocked in a little under 30 hours working on it. I made a mistake, and that mistake was getting a soda every afternoon before I went out there. I am sensitive in many ways, one of them being caffeine, and it took me 3 or 4 days, I think, before I realized, oh wait, I can't sleep this week because I'm getting a soda at 3 or 4 p.m. every day when I can barely handle the 1 cup of coffee I have in the mornings. But it did help me push through and do what I needed to do each day. And the first few days were pretty taxing on me because of these dabbing motions that I was doing to put the texture on there. But I feel like it was a necessary part of the look and vibe, and it was worth it. I took their existing logo and brought a projector with me and traced with chalk onto one side, and then I had to get creative and tape a bunch of pieces of paper together to make a stencil to then transfer it onto the other side because there wasn't room to put the projector on the other side, and I didn't want to bother with having to move stuff around. So that's some kale chips that my mom made. They were very delicious and good for snacking. I don't know what I was going to say. I also made me a little stencil for the seeds, just with another little piece of paper. I just freehanded a little seed looking shape, and then I traced that all over the sides. That way they would be consistent. To be honest, I think one of my favorite things about going out there every day that week and working was, just being by myself, turning on my little Stardew Valley music, feeling like real life Stardew Valley with the farmland around me, being my little Leah artsy self. And here's a tip if you are like me and you have trouble sometimes with daily household tasks like folding your laundry or watering your garden. And if you play Stardew Valley, turn on Stardew Valley soundtrack. You will be unstoppable because you feel like you are in the game doing your little tasks. If Summer Tropicala comes on, I can't be tamed. Like, I will literally start constructing a barn in my backyard and go buy chickens and pigs and start tilling soil. So it was very peaceful and enjoyable to go out there by myself every day and paint for a few hours. I brought my iPad with me this day because I wanted to see what it would look like if I added a darker glow shadow outline situation to the seeds, just to make them stand out a little bit more against the red pink of the watermelon and give it some more dimension. And it did look good. It did look like what I had in mind, so I say thank you to my iPad. And this is not me mixing that color. I think this is me mixing an orange. Anyway, I did do that. I don't know when that happens in this video. This is me making orange for the orange that's in the logo on the pumpkin. And I don't know why I do things that I do, but I kind of started to jump around a little bit because I don't know if you saw earlier, but I had a little bit of the letters painted in, and then I stopped doing that, and my mind went to other things. I knew that I didn't need that much orange paint just for the little bits on the logo. So I decided to get this sample size yellow. That way I could use the yellow in the green part for some variation. And then just mix my own little bit of orange with that yellow plus the dark pink. And it worked out great. My phone did not want to stand up to make little time-lapse videos, and that's okay. I wanted to put down a base layer of white underneath the logo first. That way it had something to kind of build off of and not have to do as many layers of color, but it didn't work out that way. And as you can see, I think it turned out just fine. Here I am. There's the red outlines that I was talking about earlier. I did that, and then I would soften up the edges of it to make it blend in a little bit better. This was the last day of working on it. So this day I did the red on the seeds and the yellow on the bottom, and I finished up the logos on both sides. This is my brother just flying away. And then there's my little signature, and that's all. I really like the way it turned out. I think it looks good, and it looks like a watermelon. Although my dad says watermelons aren't that long and skinny, and he's not wrong, but it's not a biblically accurate watermelon, and that's okay. And that's about it. I had a really fun week. I really enjoyed working on this, and I love how it turned out. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for something else sometime in the future. Bye.